having the time of my life. You gotta pay me to get. Yeah, look. And I anticipated this flight, and now I'm up in the air.
Roz and Ray.
What up?
Coming
What up?
to you live from our patio because, of course, like you guys, we are on quarantine still. So we are just making a video to kind of update you guys on what's going on, because we are, again, very transparent. We like to share our journey with you guys with this whole brain surgery and everything that it entails. So
A bird literally flew right there. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
also, can y'all get into these and how bad they look? I had
Struggle.
to struggle. But I don't want to cut them off because my natural nails underneath are growing really nicely. Girls, y'all know what I'm talking about. But ain't nobody seeing these, so I don't really care. So y'all can hold me to these later, because whatever. In the moment, we are set to start chemo on April 27th, which is the following Monday from this one. This is my second round of chemo, like you guys know. So in the process of me having to have chemo to get rid of this brain cancer, I have to, at 37, I have to freeze my eggs. So this is a process that has been very hard for me as a woman. Any women out there that have kids that may have had issues having children, I'm not going to say that I have issues, but just the thought of having to have my eggs frozen to have a child later on has been a mental strain on me. So shout out to anybody that has pulled through something hard to have a child, to bring a life into this world. I appreciate you. So getting on to it, I am having...
Let's let
somebody's...
Sanchez drive by real quick.
Kentrell's cousin,
Yeah,
Tyrone,
sorry.
just drove by. Sorry. In the process of having to have my eggs frozen, I have to start doing IVF treatment. So
IVF stands for
in vitro fertilization. Yes. So
learning.
he is. Ray has been very stellar in this process also. Shout out to him. He always asks me, like, do you need anything? And I'm always like, no, because there's really nothing that I need from him. Y'all know what I need. But not right now, because it's this process. So this is what I got today, literally today. I got this from my doctor. So I'm just going to pause and rewind really quick. Backstory to this is Ray and I were going back and forth about this whole freezing egg process. And I was telling Ray that because this was my second time, I felt like maybe I didn't need to do it. I felt like because I had come through so well the first time that everything would be great this time. And of course I talked to him about it, and Ray's thoughts were, of course, what they always are. I support you. Whatever you want to do, I support you. And so I had been trying to get in contact with my doctor that's in charge of this whole process of the IVF for about the last week and a half. And she's been so busy because of the corona. The Rona has been tearing up the city, Charlotte. She hasn't been able to get in contact with me. So I finally got a call from my doctor. And I was listening to music like I always do in the shower. And literally I was listening to trap music. So it had nothing to do with anything. And in a moment's second, I just turned and my thoughts instantly went to, God, I thank you for this journey. And that's literally always my constant prayer to God, or always my constant thought to him about this process is, God, I thank you for this journey. Because number one, it could have went a whole lot worse.
Absolutely.
It could have went a whole lot worse. It could have been a whole lot harder than it was. I could not have had the amazing support system that I have with Ray and my dad. Shout out to my dad, y'all. I just need y'all to meet George one day. But I'm very thankful for this journey. And at the same moment when I was talking to God about being very thankful for this journey, I told him I'm really missing my mom. This has been all of this situation, brain surgery, brain cancer, and now this fertility stuff has been very hard to deal with without my mom. Having Ray is great, but every girl, every person wants their mom. And I know Ray understands that. So I'm telling God, I just really would like to talk to her, just hug her, tell her what I feel. Okay. fast forward to Friday, get the call from my doctor. And I had told Ray, literally before we got on the call, I told you, I was like, I don't think I'm going to do it.
Right.
And I wasn't going to do it. I was like, I'm just going to take my chance with chemo. I'm going to pray. I'm going to trust God. It's going to be fine. Great. And I got on the call with my doctor finally at 12 o'clock on Friday. And I was telling her, she was kind of telling me what I needed to do, whatever. And I said to her name is Dr. Johnson, Martrika Johnson. Shout out to her.
Martin.
And we were talking, and in the midst of the conversation, I really said to her, I said, look, Dr. Johnson, I'm going to be honest with you. My only concern about this process is the shots that I have to do in my stomach. Like, I'm just not. And she literally, like, said to me in a moment's notice, baby girl, you need to buck up. And it stopped me in my tracks, because that statement is something that only my mother has ever said to me my entire 37 years of living. And when she said it, I stopped talking. And Ray said, your mom used to say that. And it instantly, of course, made me want to cry, because I knew that God heard what I wanted. And God instantly said, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and talk to Miss Carol so she can get out of bingo or Bible study or fishing or whatever she was doing at the moment. Whatever she was doing in heaven. And just tell her to come on through via my doctor and tell me to get my shit together. And at that moment, I knew that I needed to do this. And I knew that I was going to be okay. And I knew that my mom was with me. So this video, this episode is basically me telling everybody to stay encouraged through whatever. Corona is not the only thing that may be going on in a lot of people's lives. Like us, of course, we're dealing with brain cancer. We're dealing with IVF fertility. We're dealing with Rona. We're dealing with paying bills.
Everything.
We're dealing with everything. So we are still here. We're still faithful. We're still trusting. We're still loving each other. We still like each other, which is
Praise God.
absolutely
Praise
most
God.
importantly. We are still safe, and we're still healthy, and we're still very, very thankful for everything and everybody. I'm not gonna lie, this whole fertility situation has definitely been challenging, and I'm sure it will be more challenging, but it has been challenging for me. The other challenging part of it that we can talk about is the VA, the wonderful VA.
Okay, yeah.
Served in the Navy. Thankfully, the brain surgery and a lot of my medical bills have been covered through the VA. So that is a huge blessing to Ray and I. So the Navy, the VA will pay to freeze my eggs, the first process, which is what I'm doing right now. But once my eggs are frozen, they will pay to hold them for 5 years. The VA will not pay to take my eggs out or to put my eggs back in so I can have a child. This is the downside to the VA that I always talk to people about, and I'm sure a lot of people know about. They give you kind of just enough service to keep you okay. And the reason why they're telling us that they won't do the IVF, the last process of unfreezing the eggs and implanting them in me, is because it's not a service related matter. I feel that's a little sketchy because I'm having brain surgery due to them. And if I wouldn't be having brain surgery due to them, I wouldn't need this process. But we still go. So here's where we're at. Still in the middle of Rona. Still going to the doctors. I start chemo April 27th. I actually got my pills today.
Yep.
So
medicine in the mail.
Medicine in the mail came in
Got
today.
The schedule.
Got the schedule. So
She got some extra weight.
got some extra weight.
Take care
I'm
of
so
it.
fluffy. Yeah.
A little
So
excess.
oh yeah. And so
Hibernation weight.
radiation is over. But this is what, I don't know if you guys can see the
You can
spots
probably pick it up on the camera.
that are on my head. So the spots that are bald are where the radiation zapped my head and made my hair fall out. Thankfully, thank God, I still got my eyebrows. Shout out to Healthy Eyebrows. But yeah, you know, I have been shaving my head. Shout out to Cut by Tap, my barber, for selecting the best pair of clippers that I could use for a very sensitive head. And everything is well, honestly. So I'm really, really blessed. I don't want to talk you guys to death, but I'm really happy to share another video with you guys. Yeah.
Too.
Do you have anything you want to talk about? I just talk the whole time. I feel like you should talk to the people.
I think this episode, I think you handled this one. This one's, yeah.
But I want you to tell the people how you feel about this. So yeah, tell the people how you feel. I want to know how you feel about the process. Because, you're really not feeling, you know what I'm saying, physically. You're just emotionally. You're not getting the shots in the belly. So how do you feel about it?
I feel with the hand that we've been dealt, this is something that's necessary. Of course, in a perfect world, it would be easier. We wouldn't have to do all this, but perfect world don't exist. And to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't want to live in a perfect world.
I agree.
I'm actually kind of excited about it, man. Based on the trajectory and the history of our relationship, it's been nothing but adventurous since we started this thing.
Very true.
I have all the faith in God that He's in control, that He is the master and author of our fate, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You know me, I'm the
Y'all,
if I can't control it,
rainbows.
then if it's out of my control, then I don't worry too much about
yeah.
it. So I focus on what I can control, and that's having a positive perspective, being a supporter for you, doing whatever I can to help, and just be there, man. And really try to understand what my role is, what more I can do, what more knowledge I can gain about it. And like I said, man, this we know this is going to be a process even from here, because we still got all kinds of stuff to do. So
Yeah.
I'm just excited, man. I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else.
I love you.
I love you too.
Hope you guys are great, and that's a wrap.